Hey everybody, we made it. It's the final showdown out at Fountain Hills, the Memorial Championship. Nate Sexton and Paul McBeth here on commentary with you. We're also on the card. You knew we'd be there.
Yeah, I figured if we did commentary long enough, we would eventually be able to talk about ourselves.
I definitely like talking about my own shots better than I like talking about your shots.
Alright, here we go. Hole 1, 390 feet. Treacherous starting hole. Probably one of the hardest ones we have all year.
Gotta be.
It's 390 feet, but the water carries about 370.
Most all of it, yeah. And it's so close to the water that if you want to birdie it, you have to be a little risky.
Yeah, definitely. The typical play is a big hyzer. Some people like to just keep it far right and play it real safe, but some people like to attack the basket. And I knew in this situation, as long as I had it far enough, worst case I'll take a 4.
Yep. Yeah, you just have to clear. This is a perfect shot because you put it long enough and then you get that perfect little rollback down the hill.
Yeah, with the spin and then the little hillside right there, definitely pulls that shot down to the basket.
Yeah, if you put the disc there on that angle, it'll roll like that every time.
Next on the tee, we got Simon Lizotte, co-leader.
Simon, yeah, coming in tied. Rick and I are 3 back, also tied. 3 behind Simon and Paul. So for Simon, you know, I would just think super high hyzer.
Yeah,
with all the power he's got.
Put it out wide. When he released it, came out a little early left, and that was a...
Did not hit the wall.
No, it didn't cross at all.
Stayed out of bounds. Yeah, this is a hole where, I don't know, for me, I know my arms kind of feel like jello usually when I get up on this hole. It's just like, I just feel like I gotta really focus on power, because if you just let yourself kind of swing through, arm just isn't moving fast. All that water gets scary.
Yeah, and when you say jello, is it nerves or is it just from not warming up? And
it's a mix of all of it, I think.
Yeah, I definitely feel it every time I step up on this hole.
Yeah.
Whether it's first round or final round.
Yeah,
it's the same
it doesn't matter.
That's a good safe shot.
I'm fine with that.
Depends on how you feel whether you run it or not.
Yeah. This is not a hole that I really ever think, like if I birdie it, it's an awesome surprise. I never really think like I need to park this hole because I just feel like there's so many places to attack this course.
Exactly, and then if you do birdie it, you feel like you got a stroke on.
Yeah, it's a bonus. It's great.
Most of the field there.
Yeah.
And then 4th on the card we got Ricky Wysocki.
Going big.
Yeah, he put that out there nice.
Almost got the camera.
Yeah, just inside the circle.
Nice shot.
That's what you want on this hole.
Scary putt still. Simon's got a re-tee here, so he really needs to get this in play.
As soon as he let this go,
he turned around and said, "I missed it again."
Yep, but right.
Oh, nearly incredible 3P.
Yeah. He said he missed it again and went right off the wall. Into the basket. Into the cage.
Yeah, into the cage. I tried to run this, but just didn't quite commit.
Pretty good headwind right here in this putt.
Yeah, and that makes me worry about letting that thing float.
Yep, got a little low.
Good start. Nice. SloMez, I like that.
SloMez. Yeah. That's a huge confidence boost. Getting the only birdie on this hole and then knowing the person you're tied with takes a 4.
Yep.
Just like that, you know, tied to 2-stroke lead.
Yeah, it lets you relax a little bit for sure because you just sort of unexpectedly free and clear. All of a sudden, you can kind of just settle into your game.
Yeah, not worry about the other competitors and just worry about yourself and focus on throwing each shot, you know, because every hole on this course has out of bounds somewhere.
Yeah, it has potential to bite you.
So we got hole 2, par 4, one of 2 par 4s on the course, 703 feet. This one, you can really bite off a lot off the tee if you want. But most of the time, you know, we just throw a nice forehand out there and then come in with a spike hyzer approach, or you know, you can test the water if you want.
Double forehand too, for sure. I try to break this hole basically in half.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a little, maybe 60% of it off the tee, 40% of it on the upshot.
Yeah, this year I decided to go with the forehand. I usually throw the low hyzer, but the way that the grass has grown up and then the trees have grown down, it's made that shot a little bit harder. So I'm taking a page out of your book.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, the forehand is wide open. It's just a matter of making sure you don't throw some kind of weird anhyzer or let the disc flip.
You got some real distance off that one.
And it just kept rolling. I didn't like that. I wanted to stay closer to the water. But it did go far.
Yeah. Then Rick going with the same approach.
Just smoothing one. Doesn't look like he's putting a whole lot on it.
Nope, probably right in between both of ours.
Yep.
And then Simon going with the big hyzer over the top.
As Simons do. Didn't get a whole lot of distance really, but it's fine placement.
Yeah, he's right in between us as well. And I got my FD3 here, just trying to trust it, put it out right. There's really only one thing in the way, and it's that.
Yeah, the only thing you could do is either hit that tree, or if you short arm it a little, you could skip down in the water.
Yeah, but it's just outside the circle. Makeable putt, but a scary one.
Yeah.
And Simon sees that and makes the 3-foot adjustment, puts it right behind it.
Perfect shot.
Parks it.
Ricky with another
looking
hyzer.
left.
Nice soft skip.
Yeah. That's a definitely scary one when it left the hand.
Yeah. This one was not nearly scary enough out of the hand.
No.
I went a little too safe with it. I needed to hang it out wider. And then it got another monster skip.
Excalibur.
That's what they do, kind of.
Yeah. But when you lined this up, it looked like you were going for it.
I was. But it was just hard again with the headwind. Like, I don't want to blast it in the water. I was trying to hit the chains like 1 mile an hour.
Yeah, it's about 37 feet right there.
That's a sweet putt. Through the wind and everything.
Another SloMez. I'm 2 for 2.
You got to keep hitting them. Yeah, that's great, though. Hit that putt because you know Simon's making his.
Yeah, that was a big putt, and I knew it. Yeah, I knew Rick and Simon both had guaranteed threes right there.
Yeah. Simon even was closer than me.
Yeah. Tap in your par and move on.
Yeah, this is definitely a birdieable hole, but not one that really stresses me out either. It's kind of like hole 1 where a birdie's great, but there's a lot more scoreable holes out there.
Yeah, it's for the wind on this day. It was very consistent the whole day,
but not real strong.
Yeah, which is surprising. Usually it likes to go up and down, but it kind of stayed at that 5 to 10 area.
Yeah, I feel like we had overall for the tournament this year great weather.
Yeah,
not a lot of wind playing a big factor.
All right, hole 3, 294 feet. This one really doesn't have anything in the way.
Yep.
But you have OB on the right the whole way, and then you got OB left and long.
Yep. And then you got the tall basket to deal with. And this, I do remember this being one of the windier moments of the round.
Yes, yeah. This
as we were putting on this hole.
And I don't know if it's the uphill angle that we have to go at makes it feel more.
I think that is it.
But yeah, it definitely felt windier than the rest of them.
Another forehand. Perfect. Simon's going with the backhand hyzer. And this one kind of scared me when he let it go.
Yeah, he threw it low and wide.
I didn't realize. I thought maybe it wasn't making it back, but it just barely did.
Yeah, I mean, less than a foot, really.
And that would be a 200-foot difference in where he had to take his drop.
Yeah, it'd almost be a re-tee.
Yeah.
With how far he went out wide.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 2 for 2 on this tracker on this hole.
Right under
Every time I throw this hole, it's worth editing in a tracker. That's how close I put this one.
Man, this is a big putt for Simon. He's already 2 back at this point.
Yep.
Nice.
Rick's probably 20 feet.
Yeah.
22 feet maybe.
Puts it in.
With authority. Fancy.
Just getting the birdie on this hole and moving on.
Yeah. And I was watching that flag the whole time you were putting, and I was not. I mean, I felt I was going to make this, but I did not like a headwind into the uphill putt into the Mach X in a headwind.
Yeah.
I was not happy about that. I was wishing I was on the other side of the basket. And also just getting that first I hadn't made a putt yet, so getting that first putt out of the way.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a good start frame right there.
Yeah. Hole 4 is a tough par 3 we got coming up.
Yeah, this one is 463 feet, but it's a tricky green to get to.
Yeah.
You got that little OB patch on the right, and then you got the tree above the basket, which if you hit that, it's really just going to stop wherever it is. You won't get any forward progress.
Yeah.
And then the road right there behind it, which is easily accessible if you get under that tree or by that tree.
Yeah, if you're going for the basket, the road's in play.
Yeah.
You could easily go in the road.
And really here, I'm just trying to throw it into that tree.
Yeah,
and
that's a
then
smart play.
look for a putt.
You got a little
And that's what I did.
carry through. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, just caught the edge of it right there. And Ricky was going a little bit wider and harder.
Mm-hmm. Trying to duck under the tree.
He went around the tree. Wow.
And that stayed in. That touched the curb maybe for a second,
Yeah.
but it got back in bounds.
And Simon with a very similar line to Ricky. Same thing, right around it. His skipped right out.
Yeah, I told myself on this hole, I would rather be long than wimpy short and have to lay up. So I tried to go for it. Got it down here. I felt like a really good shot. Almost had a little Sports Center moment.
Yeah, right under it.
But I guess mission accomplished. I made it OB, so.
Yeah, this is a tricky straddle. I thought I was going to hit my head, honestly.
Another nice putt, though.
There we go. 3 out of 4. Yeah, the putt felt good today.
Yeah.
I knew if I was putting it close in these pressure moments, I'd have a good chance.
Yeah. And this is a course you're going to have a lot of putts. Just because it's a shorter course with a lot of OB. So you're just kind of, I feel like this course produces a lot of 30-footers.
Yeah.
Lots of skips and lots of out of bounds.
So Rick with the birdie after just, I guess, rail sliding.
Just staying in, yeah. Perfect shot. Simon and I both go out of bounds, but at least close enough to save our pars.
Well,
3-shot lead for Paul so far.
yeah. Ricky and I both got birdies there, and Simon and Nate with the pars.
Hole 5 coming in. This one is treacherous at the green again, kind of the theme of this course. But
yeah, it's 372 feet, so it's like right in between that long mid-range soft driver. You got the road the whole way on the right, and then you got the walkway long, which is maybe 20 feet.
Yeah.
So if you do make a mistake, you want it to be long. But it's just, like you said, another treacherous one because it's right in between that distance.
Yeah, you going rock 3.
Yeah, going with the rock 3, just try and put it up in the circle or the edge of it and kind of let it get away from you.
That's still good, though.
But, yeah, 20-footer, 25-footer.
And Rick, this is like a putter or something, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
It looks kind of like one. I don't know. He ripped it.
And he's just outside the circle, it looks like. And Simon with the mid right here. When he threw this, I thought it was like high and hyzer.
Mm-hmm. Flipped up nice, though.
Yeah. Just right next to mine right there.
I had to make all these people move so I could throw my silly forehand shot.
And what is that, a destroyer?
This one's an X-Cal.
Oh, X-Cal, okay.
Yeah. Just try to throw it real high over that shelter.
Yeah, it looked good, but you got
Yeah.
too much distance.
Yeah, I do. I thought for a second those banners were keeping me inbounds, but no. Another kind of unfortunate OB. Nice putt from Rick.
About 20 feet right here. Just missed it left side.
Yeah, I missed from that exact same spot in round 1.
Yeah, I've been... With these Mach X's, you can't be off on the left side at all.
No.
Anything a little left of the pole just splashes out like that. But as soon as I let it go, I knew what happened, and after that I told myself, no more.
Yeah.
Little.
Gotta commit.
Anything, it's going to be right.
Yeah.
That's a good save from you right there, and a good birdie from Simon.
Yep. Yeah, I was happy to make it. It's just kind of, you know, if I was gonna win this thing, I gotta be sticking these greens. So I feel okay going OB long on those 2 holes, even though it's unfortunate to take pars. At least I'm going out swinging.
Yeah.
Hole 6 is probably one of the easier birdie holes on the course, but also pretty treacherous. You can see that hillside on the right. If you miss this hole at all on the right, you're likely gonna roll in the street. The other kind of challenge of it, I feel like, is just usually wind, because you have to throw it up really high over the trees, and you have to have a pretty vertical disc on a hyzer, so you have to really kind of think about what the wind is going to do.
Yeah, the wind really controls which angle you have to throw it on, whether you need more glide to fight the wind, or if there's minimal wind, you can throw that thing straight up and down.
Yeah, and I'll even switch, like first round, I even switch to a forehand if the wind is coming from the other way.
Yeah. Rick had a nice drive there. Simon going deep. You don't see that too often on this hole.
Nice dodge from Marty. Another FD3.
Yeah, FD3. I'm really liking this disc.
Nice.
It's really comfortable in the hand, and I don't feel like I have to put a lot of power on it to get control of it.
Nice shot. I'm throwing a Luster PD here. Just kind of like 60% on a sharp angle.
Yeah, yours was a little bit lower than mine, but off the pole.
A little touch of the pole.
Rick from about 20 right here.
Nice.
Wow, that had some speed on it.
Yeah, tailwind. And the Mach X likes that, though. I mean, you can pound it. Simon and Rick are 2 pretty powerful putters.
Yeah, yeah. Seems like they really like these baskets. And then you just got to make this to complete the star frame.
Can I do it? Oh, good. I still am a pro. Another star frame.
Yeah. Scores are all pretty close. I'm at 5 under, Rick at 4, Simon at 3, and you at 2.
Yeah.
Still right there. Hole 7, 210 feet. I think this is the shortest hole on the course.
Yeah, it has to be. But also probably one of the most treacherous and full of water.
Yeah. It's like I said, 210 feet. You got that little peninsula over there. The circle is maybe, you got half the circle to work with. The shots kind of just put a little bit right of the basket, let the spin take it over towards the basket.
Hopefully hit just short of the basket.
Yep, it's speed control. And he went long.
Man, that could have slowed down too. That was right on the edge. Like if he hits a meter shorter, it probably sticks.
Yeah, I feel like if you hit anywhere close to basket, pin high, it's in the water.
There, you could be in trouble.
Simon with the flight tracker just parks it.
Perfect shot.
And I got a P2 here to follow his P2. But I just clipped that branch right there.
Just enough. And that's pretty unfortunate because you never got the spotter thought about it, but he said, no, you never touched up there.
Yeah. He could have just said I was right there. That would have made it way easier.
And I went long OB the first round, so I decided to try to go standstill this time. And unfortunately, I hit the cement, but I slid back into the water.
Yeah. So you'll have a putt right there for 3. And I don't know why, but I was feeling like I could make this.
That's a good sign.
So I gave it a run.
I got a little scared when I saw that going left,
yeah,
that you're going to dump another one in.
I didn't think I was going to go out, but I went for it.
That's nice. I wanted to make it, but I didn't really get a good snap on that putt.
Rick.
That's why you want to miss long. If you have to go OB long, because Rick had a much easier putt.
Yeah. And then Simon with the easy tap out for birdie.
Simon did it right.
And just like that, it's tied.
Yeah.
Just like that, one little 210-foot hole.
Yeah. That's how quick it can change, for sure. Out of bounds is a powerful thing.
Yes.
So some unfortunate bogeys for the commentary team.
Yeah, not a hole you want to bogey. That might be the first time I've ever bogeyed that hole.
I'm sure I've done it before, but it might be the first time I didn't birdie it for the tournament, which is kind of annoying.
That's true, yeah. I think that might be the first time I've thrown it like short to where I didn't clear that creek or that little
That's a bad mistake.
piece of water. Hole 8, this is the second par 4, 570 feet. It's not the distance that makes this a par 4, it's the green.
Yep, definitely. And the drive is pretty obstructed, so you can't like go real low, or you could throw a giant anhyzer, I guess, but it's not really worth it.
No.
So all of us are just going to throw sort of a high stall to hyzer.
Yep, and that's it right there. Simon going high and
Super
wide.
high. And that's
Good bounce, too.
perfect shot. I mean, he's probably jump putting from there.
And Ricky with more angle. Playing it a lot more left than Simon did.
Kind of a bad finish right next to this little tree.
Yeah. And then after that 4, I'm just like, I'm going to unleash this drive.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of risk, really. I mean, unless you flip it.
Yeah. And I'm just going to cut off as much as I can and make it easy on myself.
Yeah, and you did that. Because that's a bomb. Right down there in Simon territory, maybe even a little past it.
Oh, and a nice little roll.
Yeah.
And you scared us all. We thought you were going to catch that tree.
No, you guys are nuts. I never even worried about it. I got that sneaky power.
So how's this upshot for you?
It should be pretty easy, but I thought this was perfect out of my hand, but it was a little long, and then it just, I'm getting some skips today. I should have probably gone with a mid-range. I thought about it even, but luckily it didn't go in the water.
Yeah. But it's one of those greens that if you just throw it low into the green, it usually sticks.
Yeah, you need to hit, if I just hit a tiny bit shorter and catch some upslope, it won't skip like that.
And Simon with his upshot.
Where you guys drove it is
touch.
where you want to be, because that upshot starts to look really easy.
Yeah, I mean, I could jump putt from where I was.
Yeah, you were thinking about it too.
I tried to make this, just left a little short, but I had the room on the backside to go for that.
Yeah, totally.
From that spot, so.
With all the new stats, this was like 2 inches outside the circle, so that kind of fires me up because I'm like, oh sweet, I can steal a circle 2 here.
Oh yeah, look at and the SloMez.
Yeah, because then I know if I make this, sweet, I got to go straight over the stats keeper and be like, hey, did you notice that was circle 2? Because it was.
So another star frame for the card coming up here, which is it's a good hole to
Definitely.
have all birdies on.
Nobody making any mistakes.
All right, 3 of us at 5 under for the round, and Nate trailing a little back there at 2.
A little slow.
But with this course, you can catch fire at any moment.
Yeah. Got hole 9, last hole of the front.
Yeah.
This one is about as tough as they come.
Yeah, this is the toughest par 3 on the course for sure.
I mean, look at that green.
406 feet. I mean, it used to be a par 4, but they lost 1 tree, so they're like, all right, par 3.
Yep. And it's fair. I mean, a lot of guys have the chance at it, but it's definitely a big time risk.
Yeah, I've never seen one stick by the basket, but we're all gonna try.
Well, maybe not all of us.
Oh.
Stop. No. So close.
I was wondering why it took the flag so long to come out for him.
Slow rolling.
And Rick kind of just half go for it seemed like. Just played it.
Pretty good shot.
Safe. Right there, circle 2 it looks like.
Yep.
So about 66 feet away.
Yeah, probably layup range.
Yeah. And I saw Simon went out and Rick played it safe, so I knew if I put it close to the basket, whether it stays in or goes out, I should have a really good chance of possibly gaining a stroke.
Yeah. Right, basically right next to Simon where you went out. I'm trying to put it just kind of at the base of that peninsula. But then I thought, oh, I really don't want to lose this disc, so I just decided to throw it super straight.
Super straight and flat, but it
A
was
little
safe
bit of a
no matter
mistake.
what.
Yeah, it was a
Put
bit
it
of a
in safe
mistake.
spot.
It's safe, but it made for a more nerve-wracking upshot. Because I'd like to be about 80 feet closer to the pin than that.
Yeah. But you pull out your dart here.
Yeah, I got to go with the trusty dart.
I thought you were gonna go forehand, but
I didn't. I was getting all those skips. I was thinking, just
true.
Man, I don't know if I can control it into the the green.
And then Rick with the layup here. I don't know why he laid it up. Like, I know it's a long putt, but laying it up gives us the chance to.
Yeah. I mean, if he's not feeling it, he's not feeling it. You know, I guess you
sense.
can step up to it if you don't like the wind. It's probably the smart play.
But this was a huge putt for me.
That was a big save, especially with Simon having it slosh out.
Yeah, that one put me back up one, and not lose a stroke to Rick. That was my biggest worry.
Yeah.
Because we were all tied at that point for the round.
I was just happy to get out of there with a 3.
Yeah, 3's good. I'm curious if anyone really birdied this hole. I didn't see anyone.
I didn't see it either. I saw a couple really good drives. I saw a couple 3Ps, but I didn't see 2. Nico was the closest. Nico put it about 40 feet and he hit the cage. All right, well, that's it for the front 9. We got a battle. Hope you guys, everybody tunes back in. Catch the back 9. It's going to be definitely fireworks because that's where really Birdie Alley is on this course.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure back there, especially with the crowd growing and the
Definitely.
scores getting closer.
Thanks for tuning in.